Hello, splendid people. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to look at another Am I the A-hole story. And I'm going to do it a little bit different this time, in the sense that I'm going to give my opinion a little bit throughout the story and a little bit at the end, and not just completely at the end, because it's a long story, and well, not as much a long story, but there are multiple aspects that I tried to touch upon when I did it in one go at the end, and I kind of drifted away from what I wanted to say. So I'm going to just read it, and when I come upon something that I find opinion worthy, I'm going to give it right then and there. So let's start. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter how she should vacation with her family? I can actually already say from the title, yes, you are the a-hole, because you cannot tell your daughter how she should vacation with her family. It's her family, so let her do what she wants to do, right? But there's a whole text below it, so let's see what she has to say about it. Hello. Hi. My female 60, daughter 34 is married to a Spaniard, male 35. He's from Spain, not Mexico. And I think she asked that because of the vacation trips that the family takes. It's not so much a racist thing, but for like a background why they go to Europe so much. Together they gave me the gift of two grandchildren, male 11 and daughter 9. They live in the USA but visit Spain and Europe frequently, about once or twice a year, usually staying at his parents' house. I wish I could be so lucky. I'm a little bit envious there. Hmm. I've only been to Europe once during my honeymoon. I am now divorced from my father. What the hell that has to do with anything, I don't know, but she felt the need to add it. Currently, I'm visiting my daughter and her family for the Christmas holiday. I used my son-in-law's computer to look something up online. I know I shouldn't have, but his laptop was right there on the coffee table, and all I needed to do was a quick Google search. Yeah, okay. This I don't believe. Everybody has a smartphone nowadays, and I think you're young enough to have one, to know how it works, to have it on you at all times, and look it up online on your telephone. I mean, as you said, it's a quick Google search. Even if you don't have their Wi Fi passwords, you can use your data if it's just a quick Google search. You don't need to open up somebody else's computer, especially not without their permission. You should have asked, hey, can I use your computer for a quick Google search? Then they would have said yes or no or whatever. But you don't just open somebody's computer, not even for a second, because you never know, what's on there and how private it is. And even if there's nothing on there that is super private, I wouldn't want anyone to open my computer with my permission. Well, they would probably end up in a password protected environment anyway, but if I didn't have that, I just, no matter how well I know somebody, I just don't want them to snoop around without me knowing it and without my permission. In this case, it led to something that is going to be the conflict of the rest of the story. When I opened his computer, I was horrified to see my son-in-law's email open to find out that he and my daughter's family had booked a vacation to a nudist resort in France with their and my grandchildren. the emphasis on children. Once again, okay, you open this computer, you come into his program because apparently he had that still open. Click it away when you see it. It's not that hard. You don't go snooping around when you see this email, you see this reservation for a vacation, and you get curious, what is this resort? Because I don't think it's specified where the vacation was, in the sense that they went to a nudist resort. I think she saw where they were going and then looked up the website of the resort and then find out that it's a nudist resort and, almost got the shock of her life. I dug a little further. Wait, yeah, no, I just don't believe that it was specified in the email that it said it was a nudist resort. I think she just came upon that when she Googled what the resort was. But she said that she dug a little further and clicked on the website of the resort to find that there are even children featured on there as well. I guess you can say all of the images were tastefully done because none of the privates were exposed in the images. Yeah, well, what the hell do you expect? You think that they're going to promote their website with photos of naked people of every age, every size, everything, instead of the tastefully done photos that you came across? No website, no, even not a nudist website or a website for a nudist resort, would make photos of people's private parts hanging out in the open and putting it on a website. That's just absurd to think that a resort would do that. But apparently, you kind of expected that. And I know that Europe is more liberal when it comes to nudity, but I can't see my grandchildren being exposed in this way. Exposed in what way? To what? To nudity? Or possibly exposed by having their pictures taken on the website with just their faces, but still they're on a nudist resort website. Oh my gosh, what if their friends find out? Or your friends find out? The shame, the absolute shame. I confronted my daughter about it. She was upset that I snooped, which I admitted was wrong, but she was also arguing with me, saying that I had no right to tell her where she could take her kids on vacation. Exactly. That's the whole bottom line. She doesn't have the right to tell her daughter where she can take her kids to on vacation. I know it can be hard for the grandma to understand and to have to realize where they're going, and I can see that it can be difficult to accept, but you can't just tell them it's wrong for doing so when they've been doing this for years apparently, and the kids seem fine as far as I can tell from the story. Excuse me. Um, there's no indication that the children have any problems with it or are traumatized or whatever, or are being weird around the parents and vice versa because they see each other naked. But mom isn't happy with that explanation because she says she simply tried to tell her how I was fine with her and her husband going to a place like that, though I wish I didn't know about it. Then you shouldn't have snooped around in their computer if you didn't want to know about it. I mean, what if you saw BDSM photographs, whatever. Did you, you know, okay, well, let's not go there. But not the grandkids, and how it is inappropriate for the kids to go to such a place because it can be preyed upon. That is absolutely not true. Nudist communities, nudist resorts are one of the safest places where kids can go, and it has absolutely nothing to do with sex. The community is very protective of that to keep it that way, and if anybody is ever seen doing or reacting inappropriate to anybody, whether it be a child or an adult, they're going to be kicked out because that is not what they're about. And they're probably safer in that resort than they are on any other resort in the whole world, even if it's very gated and guarded and whatever. Children are usually more vulnerable on normal slash normal resorts than they are on a nudist resort. Because as said, there is absolutely zero tolerance for any kind of sexual signs with somebody. I also told her how I never paraded naked around her when she was growing up, and I asked her why she thinks it's okay to be naked in front of the kids, especially my grandson. Why do you worry especially about your grandson? Because he's 11 and about to hit puberty? And what, you think he's going to be turned on by his own mother? And how about the daughter? How about the daughter seeing her dad naked and vice versa? Is that not a problem? And why not? Is it because she's 9? Why don't you specify what your problem is? Why, especially her grandson, shouldn't be around her, around his naked mother and vice versa. There's I don't know, it sounds a little weird to me if you think about your grandchild possibly being aroused by his own mother's nudity. Yikes. She told me how I was being overdramatic, you are, and how they let the kids play nude on the Spanish beaches for years with my son in law's parents, thinking nothing of it, calling it holidaying European style. She also informed me it was how her husband grew up, and many families in Spain still let their kids play naked on the beach. Yeah, it's like that in more countries, especially younger children. They tend to be naked and running around, and usually, especially in my country, it's about till the age of 5-ish where they do that, and then they get, in a bathing suit. But if the parents want to go to a nudist beach, the kids will go with them and they'll be naked. They'll be frowned upon even when they are in a bathing suit in a nudist resort. But apparently, they have been playing naked around their naked grandparents, and as said, they don't seem to be bothered by it. Nobody seems to be bothered by it except the writer of the story. And it made her horrified. She told me this is why she never told me because she knew how I would react. And she's right, because you're overreacting. I told her I understood they're going to Europe to see son-in-law's family, but why can't she take a normal vacation when she goes? Then I started to tell her about the trip I took on my honeymoon, and she said tour groups are not the real Europe, that my son in law is Spanish, he's European, and that I'm going to have to respect the cultural differences and in how they are raising my grandchildren. Am I the a hole? Well, as said, yes, you are the a hole. I mean, that honeymoon, that The daughter is 34, the mom is 60. Let's say that the honeymoon happened 40 years ago. That was way, I think, way before nudist beaches really came about. But even so, it was their choice to do a tour group and they wanted to do that, which is perfectly fine. If you want to have your days planned out to go here, go there, and you don't have to think about anything, then that's fine. I don't look down upon that if you want to do that. I mean, I want to go to Vietnam, perhaps, and if I do, then you betcha I'm gonna book a group tour because I would have no idea how to get into the countryside of Vietnam in a safe way and to find my way around the bigger cities. So I'd book a group tour, which again is perfectly fine. But if I feel happy about going to a nudist beach, then I go to a nudist beach because it's my vacation, and in this case, the vacation of the daughter, her husband, and her family, and it's their right to choose wherever they want to have their vacation. And as said, the grandmother may be shocked, but she will have to overcome that, and she cannot pray, preach to her children or her child that it's wrong to go to a nudist beach for the reasons that she listed, because it's all in her head that it's sexual. It, her mindset is that nudist resorts are like this cesspool of nudity, which, if she would do a slight bit of research, would find out is absolutely not true, and she can do that research on the resort, but of course they're going to promote the nudist lifestyle, so that may not be the best website to get a better understanding from because they advocate it, they get paid for it. um, but she can Google it on her own phone and Google it on more um, separate websites that have nothing to do with the resort or anything. Simply like, I don't know, it's not too trustworthy, but let's say just start with Wikipedia and work your way from there if you want to know more, because Wikipedia has nothing to do, doesn't gain anything from promoting nudist resorts or anything. So learn, start to become open minded as far as you can be, and understand that it's for them a very normal thing to do on their vacation, that it is normal for them to see their kids naked and vice versa, and also for the kids to see the grandparents naked and vice versa. And it's you who is the one who feels awkward about this all, and you have absolutely no say in what they should do on their vacation. I'm sorry, deal with it. You're the asshole in this case. And by the way, again, never open up somebody's computer or phone if it's on the table unlocked without their permission. That's an invasion of privacy, and you can come across things that you better not know. And in this case, it would have been better if you hadn't known. Sorry. But how do you feel about this post? What do you think about nudist resorts in general? Do you feel that the grandmother has a point, or is she a little bit paranoid and scared for just for her children, basically, and she's just trying to look out for them? Um, yeah, let me know what your opinion is down below, and I would love to hear from you. I was trying to see if I was going to do another one, but it's already been 20 minutes, so it's good for this video. It's long enough, and I am going to say good morning, goodbye, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good night, wherever you are. Do what makes you happy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.